Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to jump into an ancient story that, honestly, points out a huge mistake we all tend to make when we're chasing our biggest goals. It's a story about a massive search, a bunch of really subtle traps, and the huge difference between just looking successful and actually being successful.
Think about it for a second. In your own life, your job, maybe a personal project you're pouring your heart into, have you ever hit a small goal and celebrated so much that you kind of forgot what the main point was? This is a super common trap, and it's exactly what this story is all about.
So you got to understand what's driving the people in our story. This is it. They are not looking for a quick fix or a little relief. No, they are desperate to find a real, permanent end to what they're going through. They need something solid, something that lasts. And that solid thing they're searching for gets a name. Heartwood. You know, like the super dense, strong core of a tree that everything else is built around. In this story, Heartwood is the real prize, the final, unshakable goal. But, as we're about to see, it's incredibly easy to grab the wrong part of the tree. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to follow this quest from the very beginning, work our way through all the traps, the leaves, the bark, the softwood, and finally get to what that true Heartwood is, and more importantly, what it means for you. So, let's set the scene. Our story kicks off with a group of people who have left everything behind. They're all on this one, single-minded search for an end to suffering. They are all looking for the Heartwood.
Okay, so where does it all go wrong? Well, the first seeker falls into the most obvious trap almost immediately. They mistake the leaves for the real goal. After putting in some work, the first person on this quest finds what looks like success, right? They get stuff, people respect them, they become popular. From the outside, you'd think, wow, they made it. And they think so too. They're satisfied and figure the quest is over.
And boom, there's the trap. This success goes straight to their head. It leads to pride. They start looking down on everyone else who isn't as well known. They get lazy, they get complacent, and because of that, they never actually find what they were looking for. They totally lost the plot. And this just nails the first big mistake, right? The goal was solid Heartwood, but they settled for a bunch of flimsy leaves, fame, likes, public approval. It's like you set out to build a fortress and came back holding a bouquet of flowers. Okay, so the next people on the quest, they're a little smarter. They see right through that fame trap. But as they get closer to the real goal, the traps just get way more subtle.
So a second person comes along and just walks right by that first trap. They're not impressed by popularity. They push deeper and they achieve something much more real. Impeccable ethics. They become a genuinely good person. Disciplined, a person of character, a truly noble thing. But watch what happens. It's the exact same pattern, just with a more respectable prize. They get proud of their own moral high ground. They start judging others, thinking, I'm ethical and those other guys aren't. They've mistaken personal goodness, the tree's tough, protective bark, for the Heartwood itself.
Then another seeker pushes past even that. They master ethics, but they know that's not the final goal. They go deeper still and attain what the story calls accomplishment in immersion. Basically, a state of incredible, deep mental focus. Their mind is totally clear. And you know what? That becomes a trap too. So here's the key thing to see. They are getting closer, no doubt about it. Ethics and focus, the shoots and the bark, they're way more important than the leaves. But they're still just the outer protective layers. These folks are grabbing the container, not the content. They've settled for the box instead of the gift inside. All right, now we get to the final trap. And this one is the sneakiest of them all. It's the mistake that looks almost exactly like the real thing. The one that gets even the most advanced person. So this next seeker, they've gone past it all. They've got the ethics, they've got the focus, and now they achieve something even more amazing. Knowledge and vision. They gain these incredible insights. They see the world with this powerful new clarity. They truly understand. And right here, we see the most subtle trap in the whole story. It's pride. But this time, it's not pride in being popular or being good. It's pride in being wise. They think, I get it. I see how it all works, and these other people are just fumbling around in the dark. It is the ego's last stand, right on the doorstep of the final goal.
I mean, think about it. They finally reach the wood of the tree, but they cut out the softwood. Now, softwood is still wood. It's useful. It's part of the structure. But it's not the dense, unshakable, rot-resistant core they set out to find. It's the almost there, the good enough. It's the final imposter.
Okay, so we've just walked through 4 different ways to fail, each one trickier than the last. So who actually succeeds, and what is it that they do differently? And here's the incredible part. The person who succeeds walks the exact same path. They get the honor, they master the ethics, they achieve deep focus, and they gain profound knowledge. The one crucial difference? At every single one of those stages, they are not satisfied. They don't stop. They don't throw a party for themselves. They never let pride in a milestone make them forget the real mission. This person succeeds for one simple reason. They never lost sight of the goal. They knew the difference between leaves, bark, softwood, and heartwood. So they just bypassed all the other stuff, cut out only the heartwood, and walked away, knowing they had the real thing. No confusion, no pride, no settling. So, let's bring this all home. What on earth does this 2,500-year-old story about a tree mean for us today? What's the lesson for our own lives, our own goals? What the story is really telling us is that the true heartwood, the real prize, it's not a thing you get. It's not a promotion, not a certificate, not even a skill. It's a state you achieve, the unshakable freedom of heart. It's a permanent, internal way of being that no one and nothing can ever take away from you. It's irreversible. That was the goal all along. And that leaves us with one final big question. A question for you. In your own life, in your job, in your ambitions, what are your shiny leaves of praise? What's the strong bark of your good reputation? Or the useful soft wood of your skills? And what is your true heartwood? What is that unshakable core purpose you're actually searching for? Because knowing the difference, well, that's everything.